going on, everybody? This is Let's Be Real with Brad. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite films of the year, which is technically a 2019 film, Sound of Metal. Before we dive into the review, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It means the world to me. You guys are liking the videos and being subscribed to the channel. You guys are the best. This film came out last year and got picked up by Amazon Prime, recently becoming available to watch. The crazy thing is that I went into this film not knowing much about the premise and hadn't seen the trailer, which is great because I do feel the trailer and parts of the description are a little spoilery. What I mean is that I've seen close to 1,500 movies, so knowing even a little bit about the premise, I can usually figure out how this movie will flow. But this movie became very unpredictable and impactful. Sound of Metal is such an emotionally riveting and exciting film that left me so thrilled and engaged the entire time. Riz Ahmed is fantastic in this film. He clearly handles this role so perfectly and undoubtedly deserves an Oscar nomination for his performance. He clearly knows what makes this role so unique and special. He gives a deep and raw performance that felt so realistic and even uncomfortable at times. Riz Ahmed took 6 months of drumming lessons and learned American Sign Language as well, which is phenomenal. He looked like he went all in on his performance, made the film feel so authentic. That alone, and being able to pull it off so effortlessly, deserves an Oscar nomination. All the acting in the film is great with no weak spots. Everyone is giving an impressive performance. One of my favorite performances is Paul Raci, who plays Joe. He gives such a real-life performance that captured the whole screen. My favorite scenes in the film are with him and Riz Ahmed. These are the most powerful and heart-wrenching scenes in the whole film. One of my favorite aspects of this film is how the movie handles the use of American Sign Language and people who are deaf. Personally, I have never seen a film like this before that handles this sensitive subject matter in this way, which is so refreshing, but also extremely eye-opening, and felt like this movie had something to say. Its message feels important with this genuine love and respect it has for deaf people. Many of the actors and extras are all deaf or have ALS background, which is awesome because we never get the chance to see that in a film. I also love how this film handled its message of how people who are deaf shouldn't be treated like they're handicapped, but as real people who must face these battles and come to live with themselves through the troubling pain they may have to suffer. I thoroughly enjoyed the way the film uses its sound to capture more heartfelt and truly engaging moments for us as the audience, because it lets us in on what it is like to be deaf or as someone who is losing their hearing at a fast deteriorating rate. The movie plays around with that, especially later in the film. I don't want to get into it because of spoilers, but it was so creative and a unique choice that made for an impressive setup and an interesting experience. Writing is excellent with so much fantastic, heartfelt, and emotional scenes that never felt like those Oscar bait home run scenes that we're so used to seeing. It all feels so genuine and realistic due to its low budget atmosphere to the film. The film always treats us with respect, with dialogue and cues of exposition that never feels like it must be dumbed down for the audience, which is a big pet peeve I have with many major studio films. All the dialogue was so refreshing and made for some great and memorable characters. The film also has a tiny bit of humor to it, which I found very appropriately used to break tension amongst some of the more heavy scenes. Directing is also fantastic by Darius Marder in his directorial debut. It is quite astounding that this is his debut because he knocks it out of the park. He captures so much of the emotion simply by using the camera to create that, and sometimes without any dialogue being spoken. The music is also beautiful and works amazingly in the film. It was used appropriately throughout each scene, which was such a breath of fresh air for me. Editing is superb with every scene flowing so perfectly. No scene ever felt out of place and made the film much more interesting and exciting to watch. I also love where this story takes us because it goes all over as the film dives into the main character that we as the audience can relate to. It was an emotionally moving and engaging story that might bring you to tears because I know it made me cry like a baby at times. Final 5 to 10 minutes are fantastic with a phenomenal last 30 seconds, which were so perfect. I literally wouldn't want it any other way. The film does have one negative for me. Being the movie does feel exceedingly long. The film is around 2 hours, but there are stretches in the film that do feel longer, which is okay in the beginning of the film because that is the exact emotion we are supposed to feel. But toward the end of the second act, I didn't really love it all that much. It felt dragged out, which didn't do it for me. Overall, this is one of the best films of 2019. I have already updated my top 10 right here. It brought me into this world that I didn't know I need to be in, but made me feel so much appreciation for things I have in my own life. It challenged me to observe the bigger picture of life and how other people are affected by things out of their control and how they handle it. This was a visceral and fantastic film that you need to go out of your way to watch. I'm giving this film a 9 out of 10. So let me know down below in the comment section, have you seen Sound of Metal? And if you have, tell me down below what you think of the film and where it ranks in your list of movies, whether it's 2020 or 2019 film rankings. If you are interested in checking this movie, it's currently on Amazon Prime, and I hope you enjoy as much as I did. As always, I will see you all in the next video.